Welcome back to Surviving Alabama, guys. Today, I got a great idea. So, I'm driving down the road and I'm thinking about all the different planters that I make and have made, and all the things that I experiment with, would try to do something for free. So I had this idea. I was like, what if I made a vertical planter, but I made it out of junk? I'm gonna get a scrap 4x4 or 2x4, I'm fixing to find out. I'm just gonna pick through the pile of what I have. I'm not gonna try to buy anything. And I've got a bunch of old milk jugs, and I was like, what if I painted the milk jugs so they look nice? So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do a vertical planter for just the free stuff I got laying around, and I'm gonna take you along with me, and we're gonna make it look nice. So I got a stack of old 4x4s here, and then I've got a little stack of some other wood. So I'm thinking, since one of these is broken, then that might be the one we need to get. I think that's it. So, all right, so we're gonna make it out of a 4x4. Okay, so the 4x4 is approximately 6 foot tall. So the plan is I'm gonna take some milk jugs, and I've already made planters out of milk jugs before, so that's nothing new. But I'm gonna turn them upside down, and then I'm gonna fasten them to this post. And I believe I need to do them on either side like this, up at one level, then go down a level and put them on the opposite side, and then on the opposite side of that. So I'm thinking we need 8 jugs. So I got my bag of milk jugs that I've been saving. So we need 8 of these. So that's 6. So anyway, so make sure that when you do this, that make sure you have the top, because that's going to be important for holding in the dirt, and that's going to be important for holding in just a little bit of moisture, because it's going to set like this. Okay. All right, I'm going to come back to you here in just a second, and then we're going to cut them. Okay, again, make sure you have the top. So we're going to take a razor knife, and we're just going to cut the bottom out. Try to cut it as straight as you can. It don't have to be perfect, but try to cut it as straight as you can. Now will be a great time to like, share, and subscribe. I build all kinds of stuff all the time. I'm always doing something. All right, say I got the top cut out. This is what it looks like. Got the top on it, and the bottom is cut out. So now we do have to have some drain holes put in it. So I'm gonna grab a drill, and then we're gonna put some drain holes in it. So you want to make sure there's a little bit of water down here in the bottom. So, because if you was to drill the holes in this cap right here, it just drain out and it just be dry. But what we want is, this is gonna be some kind of a hybrid wicking plat with just a little bit of water down the bottom. So when it starts to dry out from the top, the plant can reach down with its roots and grab some water. So I'm gonna go around this way. And that's probably gonna leave about 1 inch or so of water. So I'm gonna go just like this. And see, I've got a real small drill bit. You don't want a big one. And it really doesn't matter what size your drill bit is, as long as it's just not big. It's gotta be small. Okay, now look. That's it right there. I've got holes all the way around, just like so. So the only thing I bought for this whole project was this can of Ace Hardware Premium Paint and Primer, and I've got this kind of brown color. Now, I really wanted to make them green, but I thought to myself, I was like, well, you know, planters are kind of brown, a lot of them are tan, what have you, and this particular paint was $6. So that's the only thing that I'm buying, the whole thing. So I've already been shaking on it one time. So I'm gonna shake it up, and I've got all these jugs here with this part down because they're gonna be setting like this. I'm just gonna paint them, and then we're gonna let them dry. I think it's gonna take 2 coats. I will say this about this Ace Hardware. It has this kind of, I don't know if you can see that good, but it's got this kind of top on it, and it seems to be better than a lot of the other ones. I don't know, we might get through with 1 coat, I don't know. That's what it looks like. Really what I'm trying to do is cover the part that says like Milo's or Borden, that part. We'll see what it looks like when it dries. All right, I'll come back to y'all. Okay, they're dry. So now that they're dry, we're gonna start working on the, well, I had to do some stuff in between, working with tomato plants. But anyway, now we're gonna work on making a pole, and let's see what kind of scrap lumber we can come up with to make a base. All right, so here's our 4x4. So there's a couple of screws in here. We need to get those out. And the end of it's kind of gnarly. So we're gonna take the chainsaw and we're gonna slice this at an angle, and we're gonna make this the top. And so being that it is the very top, being at an angle will help shed water off of it and keep it from rotting. All right, here we go. Don't forget, we're going to cut this at an angle. That way it'll help shed the water, just like this. So I'm rummaging through the shop here and looking around outside and seeing what kind of scrap lumber we can come up with. Well, I've got this ripped 2x4. So now it's a 2x2. And I think it's treated. I think we're going to use that. So this is what I kind of came up with. I was like, well, just to keep it simple, and I think it needs at least a foot sticking out so it won't be top heavy or it won't try to tip over. So we're gonna go everything cut 2 feet. So now we got 4 2-foot 2x2s. So now I'm gonna mark each one of them at 1 foot, which is dead center of each board. So that way I can center that up on the 4x4. All right, I'm gonna take, so each one of these I marked in the center, 1 foot. So I'm gonna drill a pilot hole at 1 foot, and that way I don't split this wood when I go to tighten it down with a screw. Okay, so I mounted the two just like that. So I got 1 screw, and I just put 1 screw in it for now so that I could move it around a little bit if I had to. So I've got 2 going like this. Now we need to make it stable the other way. So this is what I come up with, is center this just like so. And so that should not rock either way. And I don't have any more lumber in it. So we're gonna drill some pilot holes right here, and then we're gonna mount those. Spin it over, do the same thing. Now, go make sure it looks straight. So now I'm gonna put a second screw in here, and that way it'll keep it from tipping. Okay, that's what the pole's gonna look like. I mean, it's nothing fancy, it's not, because we're building it out of scrap. And I encourage y'all that, hey, you try to want to make it look nice, but you don't have to spend a whole bunch of money when you're doing this kind of outdoor stuff. Now, if you're spending a whole bunch of money for doing indoor stuff, hey, more power to you. But I have no idea what a vertical planter costs right now, but I'm sure they're a lot more than scrap wood. So, all right, so we're gonna put the jugs on them, and then we're gonna measure them out. All right, so This is uneven ground, that's why it's moving around. But, all right, so we need to figure out what it's gonna look like. So I'd like to take this part and make it go this way. So it's facing in, but it's gonna have to go one side or the other. So we'll do one that way and maybe one the other way to kind of make it match. So we're gonna take it, I think, right there. Let's do the other side. Now that we have the first two jugs on there, we need to mark and mark them so we know exactly how far to put them and space them out evenly going down the post. So this is what I settled on. It's gonna be 4 inches. So every time we go down, we're gonna go 4 inches. So I'm gonna get in line with the top and I'm gonna mark 4 inches. And I'm gonna do it on the other side. And when I get through, I'm going to go back and put a second screw in each one of those. So you see how one side is like this and the other side is like this. So we're going to be alternating all the way down. So now we have 4 more jugs to put on. Okay, now that I have made it, I feel like I need to put a brace on it. I wasn't going to originally, but I am going to put a brace at the bottom. And I'll do that right now. All right, I went and put some braces on it, and it's a lot stouter than it was. So I'm glad I did. So there you have it. You have alternating milk jugs that have been painted brown on a 4x4 post and only using 1/2 of a treated 2x4. So I ripped it in half, so I only used a half of one. And we cut that up into 2-foot sections. And then I had to use 2 little scrap pieces that I had left over from something else to put the braces on. But that's it. Let me back up so you can see it good. That's it right there. So I put dirt in them and the plastic wasn't quite strong enough. See, it kind of ovaled out a little bit. Well, I went and cut a little bit of lumber and I'm gonna put it behind it and straighten it up a little bit. Give it a little more support. All right, so this is what I did. I put this little block back here to give it some strength. So now it sits a little more square. And so y'all can see, it's got a little bit of oval to it, but it's not bad. So when I was thinking this up about how to use these milk jugs as planters, I know they were flimsy, but I wasn't sure exactly because it's just holding a little bit of dirt, you know, how much it would try to bow and stuff. But I think it's pretty good now. It's not bad at all. Okay guys, I just wanted to show you a finished project on the vertical planter. made out of milk jugs, scrap wood, and I only bought 1 can of paint for $6. That's all I spent on it. Now I didn't now, other than the strawberries. Now I did have to buy the strawberries. Okay guys, this is what it looks like right there. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you like rural content, please keep coming back over and over again. I'm always doing something. I'm doing stuff every week, and I'm coming up with new ideas, and I'm trying to put out good content to keep you entertained, help you to learn something, and help me to learn something. Thanks for watching. God bless.